It's round 3 of 45th Chess Olympiad being held in Budapest right now, and yesterday we had a couple of interesting things happening. First of all, Magnus almost did the bike Gambit, so his teammates couldn't pick him up. His own teammates were like, we don't need Magnus. Okay, they were stuck in traffic, but still, they couldn't pick him up, he had to ride a bike, and there were 4 minutes left on the clock. And if Magnus wouldn't be there on time, he would have forfeited the whole game. Because, yeah, many people were confused with the rules. Because, you know, at the time Magnus came to the board, it was 1 hour, 19 minutes. But on this Olympiad, if you forfeit and if you come late, 15 minutes late, you're cooked. The game is over. So Magnus ran. There was like insane rain in Budapest and everyone was like kind of late for the game. The round was delayed, so Magnus got lucky, and let's see what happened in their match against Colombia. His opponent plays e4, Magnus responds with c5, and after knight f3 plays e6, going for gun variation. c4 basically prevented Magnus from d5, b5 moves, knight f6, knight c3, queen c7, kinda, you know, Marozzi structure here, bishop e2, b6, bishop b7. I'm not sure, I mean, I know how it's called in my own language, Russian, it's called yojik. So basically, takes, h5, bishop e3, bishop d6, and now black start pressing the king side. And now white have to come up with something. So they play f4, knight g4, and now if h3 deciding to go for this, there is knight f3, queen f3, bishop c5. So, but the player with white pieces is of course a grandmaster. He won't blunder those stupid moves. He plays e5, bishop b7, and now bishop d4. e6 takes, bishop d6, bishop f3 takes. Now rook is being attacked. Magnus gotta move it. He goes castle and knight e4 is played, hidden this bishop. And now, unfortunately, this knight e4 move loses a pawn. Because now, if knight d6 is being played, there is queen d4 and double attack on the king and the knight. So, Colombian player plays rook d1, bishop s7, this pawn is under attack, b3, queen b5, a4, and now queen b4. So it's not clear what to do here with white pieces, because let's say bishop c3 is not possible, queen b3, you know, this queen is kind of stable on b4 square. If basically issue will happen in the game, just knight h6, knight at some point will reroute through f5, bishop c3, takes the pawn, rook d7, knight f5 protecting this. And also this queen is, you know, no threat for this queen, and now his opponent plays rook d1. So you might say, what if we play g4? Basically, if this knight moves, we'll take the bishop. So here, knight h4 works. And if queen g3, there is queen a4, hidden this rook on d7 and this knight on e4. So after rook e7, queen f4, queen h4, it looks like I have a piece, but no, Magnus calculated everything, and he would have taken this bishop on c3, and he is up a lot of material. This pawns will at some point just promote, and black will win the game. So rook d1, rook d8, trading material, and now knight h4, queen a2, queen a4, once again hitting this, and now if rook e7, rook d1 wins the game. Rook 1 d4, queen a3, protecting this bishop on e7, king h2, rook d7, rook d7, rook d8. Once again, trying to go for trades, takes, knight g6, f5, bishop d6. So now knight d6, queen d6, and of course, you know, knight f4 is coming, there are more checks coming on these diagonals. So very tough to play here with white pieces. King g1, queen c1, queen a1, bishop c5, king g2, h4, queen h4, queen g1, and checkmate, game white's way. So the pike gambit almost happened. I hope you watched till this point, because the matches we are about to analyze are two crazy upsets that happened yesterday. But in this match, you know, Magnus finally appeared in the Olympiad. He came back almost forfeited the game. He didn't use all around. It's all around right now. Like everyone is talking about it. Magnus is late once again. His opponents are getting pissed because he's destroying them, even being late every single game. Yeah, Magnus played a great game. He helped his team win with 3.5 to half a point, and they haven't played. They didn't really have a huge challenge yet, so let's see what happens in the next rounds for Team Norway. Let's get on to the next matches. Second match I'm going to show you is Italy versus Netherlands. You know, if I would have watched football between those two teams, I would be very excited. At this match here, Netherlands were considered favorites, though I think Italy's football team is a lot better these days. But still, at this match, Netherlands were a huge favorite, and Jan Forrest scored a very fast, quick win to give Netherlands 1-0 lead. He won like very quickly, like within like maybe 2 hours, and I was like kind of surprised that alright, now he won, and probably, you know, Netherlands are going to be a huge favorite in this match. But not so fast, as Lorenzo Lodici was playing against Anugiri. And what you're about to spectate is the fall of the top grandmaster. Knight c3, Nimzo will spectate a lot of Nimzo during this Olympiad, I assume. Bishop d3, bishop b7, knight d2, already giving up this pawn on g2. Bishop g2, of course Anish is like, man, you gotta prove that this pawn should not be taken. Rook g1, bishop f3, g3, takes, bishop e4. And it looked like Anish actually knew what he was doing. Knight h5, rook h3, g6, e4, d6, knight g3, takes. So yeah, this looks like an absolute beginner pawn structure. But this is the gameplay between two very strong grandmasters, and now unfortunately rook g8 was a very bad move. According to computer, queen d7, and then e5 would have given black and, you know, a small edge. So, but Anish plays rook g8, very logical as well. Like, you know, you don't basically, you kind of protect from this bishop g7, rook h7 threat, so it looks very logical. But now Lorenzo strikes in the center. Knight d7, castle, queen s7, he takes f6, knight f6, bishop g5, pinning this knight. Now knight e4 was played. And here, that was the final mistake, and as you can see, it's a freaking blunder. Anish Giri, what he was thinking of. So Lorenzo plays knight bishop e7, knight g3, f take g3, king s7, rook h7, and the whole point is this rook is coming to f7, and black are not able to protect the 7th rank. So Anish goes for this, rook f7, king b7, rook c7, rook e7, rook f8, king b2, d5, rook e6, takes c4, rook c4, rook f2, king b3, and this is where the resignation followed. So here, if rook h2, rook g6, the position just lost. White up a pawn, this king is doing absolutely insane things. So let's say here there is rook g7, if rook f2, rook c4, c7, no, take pawn on a2 on a7. So let's say they take pawn on a2, or rook a7 is a checkmate. So I'm not sure what happened here, but Anish clearly underestimated the power of these rooks, or I'm not even sure why he was going for this, because it is clear. Because at this level you should calculate this basic stuff, because, you know, it even looks like they will never survive if they let this rook come into the 7th rank. So not sure what happened, but this loss, not specifically this loss, because other two players from Netherlands lost their games as well, but Italy upsets Team Netherlands, and they're 6 out of 6 after 3 rounds. And let's get to the final match of this video. And probably one of the biggest upsets in this Olympiad so far is match between Lithuania and Team Germany. So for your reference, let me explain to you. So Team Germany is one of the teams which expects to be probably like in top 10, top 15 of this Olympiad. So they have Vincent Keimer, they have Alexander Donchenko. Just for your information, who was playing in this match, here you can see Mateusz Blubaum 2640, Vincent Keimer 2730, Alexander Donchenko 2638, and Frederick Swane. But in this Olympiad, everyone is fighting for their country, their homeland. And once again, but this game is wild, alright? This game was the final game of this match. The score was tied 1.5 and 1.5. So if this game is finished in draw, then team result would have ended in a draw, and whoever wins the match for their team. So let's see what happens. So nothing much happened in the opening. We saw some queens in game defense once again. Bishop g2, castle, nothing interesting, pretty boring stuff. Bishop g5, knight d6, bishop f6, bishop f6, e3. Controlling the center. I mean, black already have 2 bishops. Everything is under control. You know, at some point they will play c5, breaking the center, and it will be really good. c5, 4, rook c8, queen d3, a6, g4. So Valery Kazakovsky goes for very principled g4. He is trying to go for attack. C takes d4, e takes d4, and now bishop e7. But guys, this aggression might cause white a game, because at this point, if they do something random like a3, they unfortunately might even lose the pawn after knight d4. I mean, computer says steals in b4, and white are holding, they don't have to take necessarily. But bishop e7, queen f5, trying to take on f7, putting some pressure on it. Knight d2, trying to trade pieces, bishop a3, queen c8, g5, a5, rook d1. Rook d1 is a blunder, so we'll see why. So bishop a6, according to computer, g6 was a lot stronger move, and after queen d3, play bishop a6. Alright, bishop a6 first, knight g3, g6, queen g4, and queen c3. So the point is, this queen is entering. I'm not sure why queen c2 wasn't played, because it looks a bit more powerful. You know, you attack, you kind of press this. So, and let's say bishop d5 was played, then, you know, you might consider knight d4, rook d4, and there's bishop c5, right? So, queen c3 was played, I assume still trying to press this pawn, knight d7, queen f3, king h1, queen f4 takes, and here, knight f8, king f8, bishop f1, and it looks like white are just up an exchange, right? But black starts slowly outplaying their lower rated opponent. So as you can see, their time was kinda going down and down. King f2, bishop e6, knight e2, bishop d6, king f3, bishop h2, knight c3, bishop g3, rook h1, h5. So Alexander Donchenko was doing everything right. And at this point it looks like black are not actually risking to lose this game. They will actually try and win it and go for a win, basically making this match winnable for Team Germany. Bishop d7, rook f1, f5, knight e2, bishop d6, rook g1, and now f4. At this point, black's advantage is critical, bishop g2, and here it's already a disaster for white pieces. King d3, bishop c8, now going from this side, king d2, bishop g4, king d3, still trying to, you know, Valery is good with the draw. He's like, you know, I see that those pawns are just too good, I don't want to deal with them, let's make a draw. But of course black are trying to play for a win. Bishop b4, knight g5, rook f1, knight d6, d5, knight d4, king d3, f3 takes bishop a6, king d4, bishop f1. Can you imagine that the following position was won by white? And yes, you see the final score. You know, I gave you this little spoiler, probably some of you even saw this game, but, I mean, black are up a pawn. Black are up a pawn, and these two pass pawns on kingside, what might win the game for black pieces. So, and this pawn, alright, it's kind of dangerous, but at the same time, you know, this king might always come back and be safe here, and it will at least be a draw. At least at minimum. The maximum, of course, black will try to go and win, but the minimum is a draw result. 94, h4, d6, d7. So the point is now white advanced their pawn, while here black advanced the h3 pawn. Bishop e7, 96. Now this bishop is not able to take because d8 queen promotion. King g5, king e3, king h4, king f2, bishop a6, knight f7, and here what we call probably one of the worst feeling in chess, when you know you play for like 3-4 hours straight, you know, you press your opponent, already it looks like it's gonna be a draw, but you know the chess god is somewhere there. Black play g5, and now Valery Kazakowski is winning the game. You can pause the video and try to find the best move here, but of course it's gotta be something connected with basically this knight and this king. So white playing knight e5. And the idea of knight e5 is you see chess.com automatically draws this arrow as knight g6 is a checkmate. And this bishop on e7 gotta protect d8 from promotion. Bishop c5, king e1. Now bishop just gotta go back. Just gotta go back. Bishop b4. And now king d1. No more useful checks. This pawn is about to be promoted, so of course black come back. Knight g7. And now this is fork, and now white promote their queen. King g3, knight e7, king f3, d8, h2, queen d5, king f2, queen f5. And here Alexander Donchenko resigned his game, and Team Lithuania upsets a higher rated opponent in this wild match. And let me show you the standings after 3 rounds. So as you can see here, Team India is still, I mean, technically they're tied with other 15 teams which are in the pool with maximum points. So 11.5 out of 12 points. So they won 2 matches, 4-0, and then 3.5 to a half. So, and then there is United States, Uzbekistan, China, Vietnam, Azerbaijan, Poland, Spain, Ukraine, Armenia. I know, Gambit, you're trying to get me analyze them. If they win next match, let's see. Lithuania, well, sad Germany, Sweden, Hungary, Italy, Montenegro actually beat France, which is another huge upset, and Team Serbia. And then we have teams with basically 5 points, which is Georgia, Norway with Magnus Carlsen, Iran, Turkey, England, Slovakia, Denmark, Canada, Latvia, and Greece. And then there are a lot of teams below. So this tournament is getting more and more exciting. We will see some of them, I mean, insane matchups in next couple of rounds, but it all comes down to probably India and United States. I mean, I don't know. No, I still want to have some fight here, but Team India just looks unstoppable at this point. So let's see what happens in the next rounds. I'll see you in the next recap tomorrow after round number 4. Hopefully we get something exciting. Bye bye.